Hi, the Chesterfield Township Library has allowed me, Mr. Mike, to draw another drawing lesson with you guys. Today, I'm going to do hands. Samantha and Allison has asked specifically for this lesson. Let's see if we can do something a little easy. A lot of people think this is complex. They make it a little more difficult than they need to. They need to break down our hands, since we can see them already, in a couple of different parts. Remember our circles, triangles, and squares, so if I have a circle or a square for my palm, an oval for my thumb, and all my other fingers end up being circles. And even if I turn them on my side, they're just bended circles. I can put them in fist positions, I can hand positions, I can point, I can do whatever I want. So infinite ways I can use a hand. Mostly I would end up drawing my left hand because I am right-handed, so it makes it a little easy. I can switch and draw the other way if necessary, but for simple practices and simple purposes, let's keep it real easy. So circle, squares, and triangles. Let's do a real quick palm right in the middle of my paper. I'm just going to do a demonstration. So I have a circle for the palm. Just a quick circle, an oval perhaps for the palm, and then my wrist to show where it's coming from. So it's almost like a tree at this point. Now that I have my palm, I have my wrist, I need my thumb. So I'm going to bend my thumb a little bit so it's an oval bending toward the wrist, so it's kind of bent backwards. And then my fingers end up with one big triangle for a palm. If you can draw a mitten, if you can draw those hand turkeys that we do at Thanksgiving, well done. Then I got my finger, middle fingers, and then my pointer finger. Why I do 3 fingers is because it's a cartoon. I don't feel like drawing 4 fingers. It doesn't necessarily mean I need to. And then my little palm wrinkle would turn from the middle of my palm out toward my thumb. That's one way to do it. I'm going to do it really dark quickly here in my Sharpie. So I draw it in pencil real quick. I'm going to do pretty much the same way as I did before. And my wrist, my palm, bend for the thumb, and I count my fingers. 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, other side of the palm, palm wrinkle, and just because I can, because there's usually a wrinkle across the fingers, I'm going to draw a wrinkle across there. So I have a typical hand, and I can turn it and bend it any way I want, from thumbs up to pointing. So now we've done the basic. Let's make a little more complex here. I'm going to point downward for this one, so I'm going to again start with my palm, and I'm going to have my wrist. I'm going to have my thumb bent back toward my wrist, so I have a circle, rectangle, and a circle, oval. So now I'm going to have a pointed finger, 1 oval. I'm going to tuck the other ones back, so if I look at the back of my hand, I'm not going to see it much. So 1 little bump, 2 little bumps, and the rest of my palm. So as I'm tracing this, it'll be wrist, thumb, goes into the palm to the finger, 1 finger, 2 fingers, can finish off that palm and that wrist. So now I can point my finger. All right, I'm going to go into another one. I'm going to rest my hand so he's holding something. So start again. Palm. This one I'm going to make an oval for the palm. Lay it on its side. I'm going to make my wrist this way, so the tree is almost falling over this time. I'm going to make my thumb. It's going to kind of match right in the middle of my oval, so I have an oval, palm, and my wrist and my thumb. So finger bent out and up a little bit, and up, back, back. So all I have at the end of the day, start again with my wrist, palm. This one I'll do finger, back to the wrist, finger, back, thumb behind it. As I draw from back to front, but I trace from front to back. You'll see that actually in the fist. Now that I'll make a fist, I'll start with the palm. My wrist is going to point that way, and I'm going to count my fingers. So my thumb, thumb is going down, and I'm going to put 1 finger forward bent, another finger bent, another finger bent. I call them like chocolate donuts. We've always had them for breakfast, or chocolate donuts. I stack them, and one at the top falls over, and that's my palm. So as I trace these, now that I've covered up some of my palm, so I'm not going to show that when I trace it. So here's my thumb, palm, the wrist, palm, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and perhaps a little wrinkle for the palm itself. So there's 4 hands. Let's do another couple real quick. We'll squish something like we're squishing on a table. So we'll do palm, wrist, oval for that thumb. Again, pointing back toward, just bend it a little bit. It does bend backwards. We'll bend that back. 1 finger, 2 fingers. Second finger is always longer than the first one. And that third one is a little shorter. So it looks like I'm squishing something. So I'm going to start with the wrist, palm, thumb, finger, 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 palm, wrist, squish, squish something. I'm going to point my finger from the palm. This one I pointed back on the back of the hand. That's the back. So now I'm going to do the front of the hand. We're going to combine this and this, and we're going to make a really cool looking pointing finger. So I'm going to do my palm once again. I'm going to do my wrist on the back side. You notice I like to scribble because I do have really cool eraser that I can go back and clean up all my pencil lines afterward. I don't need to keep any pencil lines when I'm done with my marker. Alright, so I have my wrist, I have my palm, I need my thumb. My thumb's going to point down, but this one's going to be a longer finger, so 1 finger forward and 2 short ones. So 2 small chocolate donuts, 1 big chocolate donut, and 1 that fell over. It's my wrist. So that one's going to be pretty short, but as I retrace it, you'll see how it works. Thumb, and my little palm, there's my wrist. Pointed finger, rolled back finger, palm. So now it's a pointed hand. Fingers, I can take this and erase these if I need to as well. You'll see them a little cleaner when they're cleaned up. I can put fingernails on if I want to. But at this point, 1 more, I'll do a high 5. So with this one, I'm going to take a palm, so it's a circle again. My wrist, bend back that thumb, and I can do this. I can make a cool, if all my fingers are close together, holding it together, it makes a triangle. So I can make a triangle up, bend it back just a little bit, and then I can make 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, just kind of hidden behind the other ones. You'll see that in a minute. A palm, and the top of the fingers. So I'll start one more time with wrist, thumb, wrist, palm. Maybe I'll do finger 1, starting to know that finger up and back, just kind of hides it. The other finger's behind it, there and back, palm, and fingers. That's kind of the wrinkles that I do. Those are pretty simple shapes. I can turn them in which way I want as well. So I have a right hand here, a right hand here, a right hand smooshing here, right hand here. Oh, this one's a right hand as well. This one, though, becomes a left-handed pointed finger, and this one is a left fist, which we can do it this way. So this one. Anyway, that looks like we've got them all, and I can erase them anytime I want. Be sure when you do grab your Sharpies, or I use a Sharpie because it dries really quick, it's permanent ink. Be sure to use your blotter underneath. See all my little dots? Yeah, that would have been on my drawing table and would have made a big mess. Well, I hope you go and practice these. Really cartoony hands are simple. Remember, palm, thumb, fingers, how many you want, it doesn't matter. You all have a wonderful time. I'm going to put some fingernails on because I can. Remember, get those books, go to your library, check some stuff out. You got to keep up with the times here and keep reading. So, keep drawing, keep reading, and have a wonderful day. Thanks.